Hey everybody, it's Melissa, nurse practitioner, health and wellness coach, and researcher in training. And today we are having a simple segment conversation about meal planning. So I get asked a lot, how do you go about making meals through the week and planning and getting it all done? So here's just some tips that I do. And before you get started, I always recommend just thinking about why you want to meal plan. So maybe a question to ask yourself is, what am I already doing that's working? Starting from a place of affirmation and building from that, as opposed to thinking about what's not working and how you're not measuring up to Pinterest. So once you think about what you're doing that's working, do you want to do more of that and build on that? And then think about, why do you want a meal plan? Is this something that you think is a good idea? And that behavior is probably not going to last that long, or you see the benefits of doing this for your family in, I want my family to eat more healthy meals, or I just want to save more money so I'm not running through Chick-fil-A or whatever your restaurant or fast food of choice is. Will this help you to eat more nutritious because you can think about it beforehand? As always, we talk about setting your intentions, and something my father would always say is, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. So for me, meal planning is all about just setting my intention of what I want and what I want to serve my family. So the first thing I recommend is just making a list of things you already cook and you already eat. What they found out, and who is the proverbial they, is that most people will eat the same 20 items, the same 20 lunches or dinners, and you eat them in rotation. So I always say, just start with writing down what you already cook, if you know how to cook something, or what you already eat. And then you can segment that into, here are dinners, here are lunches, or here are side dishes that I make. And it can be simple, like a side dish may just be steamed broccoli that you know, quick and easy, put in the microwave. That's a side. A main dish may be just grilled chicken breasts or portobello mushrooms. And so then you can mix and match. So you have a repository and you don't have to think about that. One thing that I use is like Google Keep, and I will just keep a tally of that. But if you like to handwrite things and keep it on your refrigerator so it's visible, you can just list the main meals and then you can list side dishes. So you already have it there. Then you can think about, do you want to look at this from a weekly perspective or a monthly perspective? At one point, I tried to do the whole like month thing where you make 30 meals in one day, and that just did not work for me. So I had to find what works for me, going week by week. So I take for the week and I use my wonderful Google Calendar and I plot out on there, on this day, we're gonna have I don't know, maybe spaghetti or grilled chicken, green beans, and squash. And it's easy. That probably takes me about 2 minutes because I've already got the recipes in my head. You can ask your family for input. I found every time I ask my family for input, it's, I don't know, whatever you make. So I used to get frustrated by that, and then I just said, hey, they're gonna say whatever I want. And then I just put it on there. And then once I've got ideas, I can ask them about that later. So plot out during the week what we're gonna have, and then make my grocery list accordingly. So once I know there are gonna be certain staples in my closet, or not closet, but I guess pantry, onions, garlic, eggs, peppers, chicken, all those things are pretty much staples. And I'll keep that as well, like on my Google Keep. And so I share that with my husband, and so when whoever has to go grocery shopping, we can both see the list, or if I know, hey, I need you to go, I'm gonna update the list. So I make my list based on what we're gonna have for dinner, what the usual kids' snacks are, and our breakfast is typically the same. Maybe yogurt, maybe eggs, maybe a piece of bread or something like that. Then I shop according to that and put everything away once we get home. And then I decide, usually it's a Saturday or Sunday, that I'm going to do all the cooking. So we'll talk about how I go about doing all the cooking in another segment, and the prepping and some tips for that. So first thing is, just think about, before you start acting, why do you want to meal prep? How is it going to be beneficial for you and your family? What are the benefits you expect? And then also, what are going to be the barriers? Especially think about the barriers, because then you can create your strategies to overcome them before they happen. And then once you figure out why this is important for you, write that list, keep it in a electronic format, whatever format of your choosing. Keep that list, ask your family what they usually eat. You've got that down. Then you want to go ahead and make your weekly or monthly list out on the calendar and then shop accordingly. All right, let me know what you think and how that works for you. Remember, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Set your intention, but be flexible. Do something good for your health. Have a good one.